Caitlin Clark, the young star of the Indiana Fever, has been one of the most talked about names in basketball over the past 2 years. Her talent, passion, and leadership on the court have inspired fans across the country. After a record-breaking college career at Iowa, Clark joined the WNBA and quickly became the face of the Indiana Fever. Her rookie season was filled with excitement and strong performances, and by her second year she had already made a big mark on the league. In July 2025, Caitlin Clark was honored with one of the highest individual awards in the sport. She was named WNBA Player of the Year at the ESPY. This was a huge accomplishment, especially for someone so early in their career.
You guys know now who won.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Okay.
And the winner is Caitlin Clark.
The award put her ahead of well-known WNBA veterans like Breanna Stewart, A.A. Wilson, and Nafisa Collier. It was a proud moment for her, her fans, and her team. Many believed it was just the beginning of a long and successful journey. But just as things seemed to be going perfectly, trouble appeared. During a game against the Connecticut Sun, Clark started showing signs of discomfort. Late in the game, she re-aggravated a groin injury that she had been managing for some time. It wasn't clear at first how serious it was, but when she was seen limping and holding her side, fans started to worry. Her coach, Stephanie White, said she would be carefully evaluated. Everyone hoped it was nothing serious. Sadly, the injury turned out to be more concerning than fans hoped. On July 17th, just days after being celebrated for her accomplishments, Clark announced that she would not be able to take part in the 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend. This included withdrawing from the All-Star Game itself and the three-point contest. Both events were scheduled to take place in her home arena in Indianapolis. The news was heartbreaking, not just for Clark, but also for her fans who had been excited to see her shine during the weekend's big events. Clark said she was extremely sad and disappointed, but she knew that taking care of her health had to come first. She shared a short message online with heart emojis showing her love for her fans and her regret at not being able to play. Even though she would not be on the court, she planned to attend the events and support her teammates from the sidelines. It was a mature and thoughtful decision, showing her dedication to both her health and her team. With Caitlin Clark out of the three-point contest, the WNBA needed a replacement. The league didn't have to look far. Lexy Hull, Clark's teammate on the Indiana Fever, was chosen to step in. Hull had been having an excellent season, especially from beyond the arc. Her three-point shooting percentage was one of the best in the league, making her a perfect choice for the contest. Hull had quietly become one of the Fever's most reliable players. While she might not receive the same level of attention as Clark, her work on the court had not gone unnoticed by fans and coaches. She had shown great focus, discipline, and accuracy in her shooting, and many believed she deserved this opportunity. Stepping in for Caitlin Clark in such a high-profile event was both an honor and a big responsibility. Hull knew fans would be watching closely, especially since the event was happening at home in Indianapolis. But she was ready. This was her chance to represent the Fever, honor her teammate, and show what she could do on a big stage. However, behind this exciting opportunity was a painful personal moment for Hull. Just a few days before being announced as Clark's replacement in the contest, Hull experienced a heartbreaking loss. Her beloved dog Maggie, who had been with her for 14 years, passed away. Lexy Hull shared the sad news about Maggie on her social media accounts. She posted black and white photos of herself with Maggie and wrote a touching message. In it, she called her dog the sweetest Mags and said that home wouldn't be the same without her. The post quickly received thousands of responses from fans and fellow players. Among those who reached out were Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. They both sent messages of support and love. Clark simply wrote, "Love you," showing her deep care for her friend. Sophie Cunningham responded with, "No, Lex, I'm sorry," expressing her sorrow and sympathy. The bond between these players is something special. In a league where competition is high and pressure is always present, the players of the Indiana Fever have formed a strong sisterhood. They support each other not just in games but in life. Hull's loss reminded everyone that behind the jerseys and game highlights, these athletes are people with real emotions and lives. This moment showed how much they care for each other. Hull was dealing with personal pain and her teammates stood by her. Their messages weren't just kind words. They were proof of deep friendships built through shared time, effort, and respect. Sophie Cunningham has been another strong voice of support for Caitlin Clark and Lexy Hull. Known for her competitive spirit and defensive toughness, Cunningham has also shown her softer, more caring side as a teammate when Caitlin Clark was fouled hard earlier in the season. Cunningham was one of the first to stand up for her. That moment earned her both praise from fans and a fine from the league. But it showed that she would always defend her team. Fans began to appreciate Cunningham not just for her game, but for her loyalty and leadership. She became an important part of the team's identity and played a big role in building a positive and protective atmosphere around Clark and the younger players. She took on a big sister role, helping them grow and feel supported on and off the court. To celebrate the bond between the three players, Clark, Cunningham, and Hull, fans started calling them Tres Leches, a nickname inspired by the famous dessert, but also representing the trio's strong connection. Cunningham even wore a special Tres Leches shirt featuring cartoon faces of the three players. The shirt quickly became popular with fans and was seen as a fun and loving way to honor their friendship. This nickname became a symbol of unity. It wasn't just a funny name. It was a sign that this team had something special. The players respected and cared for one another deeply, and that showed in how they played and interacted. Whether celebrating big wins or supporting each other during tough times, the bond between Cunningham, Clark, and Hull stood strong. This story goes beyond basketball. It's a story of friendship, resilience, and emotional strength. Caitlin Clark had to face the pain of missing an event she had been looking forward to right after winning a huge award. Lexy Hull had to deal with the sadness of losing a pet that had been with her for most of her life. Sophie Cunningham continued to be the team's emotional anchor, offering support and defending her teammates when they needed it most. These women showed that being a professional athlete isn't just about playing the game. It's also about showing up for your team in every way possible. They showed love, care, and kindness when it mattered most. And in doing so, they became role models not just as basketball players but as people. Their actions reminded fans that strength is not only about physical ability. It's also about being there for your friends, lifting them up, and offering a shoulder when life gets hard. The story of Caitlin Clark's injury, Lexy Hull's loss, and Sophie Cunningham's support painted a picture of what real teamwork and friendship look like. Fans across the country watched these events unfold and responded with kindness. Social media was filled with messages of love and support. People admired the way these women handled themselves during a difficult time. It wasn't just about who scored the most points or who won the contest. It was about how they treated one another, how they stood together, and how they reminded everyone of what truly matters. As the Indiana Fever continue their season, they do so with a sense of purpose and unity. Caitlin Clark will hopefully return stronger after her rest. Lexy Hull will compete in the three-point contest with both excitement and a heavy heart. Sophie Cunningham will continue to lead with toughness and compassion. Together, they are more than just a basketball team. They are a group of women who care deeply for one another, who lift each other up, and who face every challenge with courage and heart. Their story touched fans not because of the stats, but because of the love they showed during a hard time. In the world of sports, people often talk about wins and losses, but this story reminds us that some of the biggest victories happen off the court. When teammates become true friends, when support comes without asking, and when love is stronger than the game itself. Those are the moments that truly matter. The Indiana Fever have something special. And it's not just talent, it's heart. And that heart was on full display in the way Sophie Cunningham and Lexy Hull stood by Caitlin Clark, and in the way they all stood by each other. Let us know in the comments what you think about the bond these teammates share and how it's impacting the game in a whole new way. And as always, we'll keep bringing you the latest real stories from around the league. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and keep supporting women's sports. See you in the next video.